Right, yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Right, we're on our zone today because Lucas didn't want to be the camera person. Oh, he's just running in there just to check. Can you see us both? That's Lucas there. And Sophia, who's normally behind the camera, is actually going to be doing, don't move it, Lucas, is actually going to be doing some art today. So I'm just going to get it up so I can see it on screen. And what we're going to do is we're going to do, I think, 2 different art things today. There we go. So we're going to do 2 different art things today, and then I'm going to talk a bit about family schedules and how that works, kind of how it does it in our house. It's all right, Lucas. He's worried that the camera's going to fall off, but it's fine. We'll talk about schedules and also a couple of ideas that we've got for other little projects that you can do when you're at home. So, first of all, we're going to do, what's it called, this one? Bubble painting?
Yeah, bubble painting.
Bubble painting. So, what Sophia's done is she's tried to think of things that she can do that don't use things that you wouldn't have at home. So, for this, what do we need, Sophia?
You need water, dish soap, and paint.
Okay. So, shall we get started?
Yes.
So, we've got some different coloured paint. So, what paint are we going to use today?
I don't know. Shall we use?
Should we do a bright colour so we can see it? Maybe a green or an orange, or this yellow?
What about blue?
Blue. I don't think we've got loads of blue left. Let's have a look.
Blue right there.
Right. So, what do we do? Do we squirt this in the bottom of the dish?
No, I think we do these 2 first and then the paint.
Okay. So, take it away.
So the water.
Pour a bit of water.
I don't know how much we need.
So this is a little bit trial and error because we've not done this before. We didn't have time to practice it this morning. So we're just going to give it a go. Right, do we need to stir that around a bit?
No, we did paint in this.
Do the paint? Right.
Oh.
I think let's pick one that we know we've got plenty of.
It's definitely yellow.
Actually, silver might not show up too good. How much? Any more?
I think a bit more.
A bit more?
Yes.
There we go. Right.
Oh my god, that was weird.
So do we stir it and then we start blowing through the straw?
Yeah.
Yeah. So give it a stir.
I'll put that on soon.
And as you can see, it's starting to bubble a little bit and it is turning it green. So then what you need to do is you get a straw. Let's move that over there.
And you blow into it.
Blow into it and see if we can make some bubbles. Do we need to make it more green, do you think?
I don't think the bubbles are supposed to be that big.
Right, well, basically what you're doing is you're trying to create coloured bubbles. So you mix the paint with the water and then put the dish soap in and then you blow the bubbles and we're going to lay a piece of paper over the top of the bowl. Now what we're hoping this does is we're hoping some of the colour's gone into the bubbles and it'll print onto this. Like I said, this is the first time we've done it. Way!
There we go.
So I'm not sure if the paint has really picked up onto the bubbles. I might not have stirred it well enough. So let's just see. We might have to do this one again. Do we just lay it on?
Oh, and it's going down now.
Like that. And then lift it up.
And there's
right, nothing on there.
there.
Let's have a look. Let's try and mix this a bit more. I think our paint's not the best one. Let's put a load more paint in because the bubbles aren't quite, they're not very coloured. We've seen this. If you do Google this, then there are examples of this on like YouTube and other places like Pinterest. I think it's all about getting as much paint. Maybe we've done a bit too much water today. I don't know. So let's give it a mix and try again. If not, we'll move on to the next one, which is a really good one. You think we've mixed that enough?
Yeah. Got which side I put. I think I put that side. Yeah, that's got green on it.
Right, let's try again and see if it works this time. Sophia's going to be out of breath by the time she's finished this. Don't suck up whatever you do. Do you want me to have a go?
Yeah. It's gonna overflow.
That. Yeah, I'm not sure again that if it's picked it up or not.
No, I can't see any colour on it. Why it's not working. Yeah. Oh,
it kind of started to it, but not great. What I'd suggest is maybe doing less water and more dish soap and more colour. And then maybe if you can build it up, it would actually work. So what we're going to do is after this, later today, I'm going to have another go at this, yeah? And we'll try it until we get it right, because we did this with the spider experiment. If you watched our video earlier in the week, that took us about 3 or 4 tries, didn't it, before we actually got it right?
No, I think it took about 10.
About 10, yeah. So we'll keep trying this, and then what we'll do is we'll post the video, and just once we've got the recipe right, we'll post the video to our channel. So we'll just put that to one side. So the next thing that you're going to do is we're going to try to do it's a bit of a nature drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you want to explain what you're going to do?
So what we're going to do is we're going to... Okay, you have a piece of paper and I have a piece of paper.
Oh, am I doing it as well?
Yeah.
My drawing, I am not very artistic at all.
Okay, so can you reach the paint?
Yeah, I can reach it.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to paint a tree. And then we're going to get these, what are they called?
Earbuds.
Yeah, we're going to get these earbuds. I'm going to dip them in green paint. I'm going to just dab it on everywhere.
This is a really good one, isn't it? Because all you actually need is a bit of paint. Luckily at the minute supermarkets are open and they do tend to have an aisle where you can get paint from. So, and all you need other than that is your earbuds. That's great. Right, so what do we do first?
We paint our tree. I'm just getting brown.
Just mix it around a bit.
Are you sure this isn't watercolour?
Right, I'm not very good at drawing at all. So mine's going to look like really bad.
But it doesn't. I need a lot of paint for it.
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to watch Tony Hart, and I think he'd be a little bit upset with this painting. He was a real good artist that used to do a children's show. So what you want to do is think about like an autumn tree, do you know, when they've lost all their leaves? Oh dear, this is terrible. I'd love to see if anybody tries this. And I'm pretty sure you'd do a better job than this, but if you can post it to our page, maybe we can try and do a little competition, a little prize for the winner. I'm pretty sure I won't have won with that. Don't have to be perfect, just do it whatever you can. Right, so then what do? I get these sticks. I've got a few there that have been dipped in green by accident. So what we've done with these is we've just got a few of the earbuds and I've just popped a bit of sellotape round. But what you could do is if you've got an elastic band or a hair bobble, you could do that as well. All you need to do is when you do it is just make sure that they're flat, so that when you dip it in the paint and you dab it, that it comes off and they all touch the paper. So I'll leave that one for you. I'll use this one. So I think my tree is going to have some yellow flowers on it. And what you do, just dab a little bit of the paint off because you don't want it to go into one big clump. Oh wow. So can you see where I'm dabbing? Then it's looking like flowers or autumn leaves even. So it all depends on what colour you do. You can do multiple different colours as well. So get a bit more, do a bit more on my tree. And you could also do this as well, I guess, Sophia, if you were doing kind of a garden scene and you wanted to do different flowers.
Yeah.
That would work, I think, as well.
You could also do like lavender.
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah.
Because you could just draw the stem and then you do like purples and pinks and white. And just do the exact same thing.
I'll show you my tree. It's not looking like a tree at all, but you can kind of get the idea of what you need to do. So you can see all the little individual things, and all it takes is some paint and some cotton buds. So if you want to have a try at this, I think it's a really good way to do a bit of art. So if you're missing your art classes, get a bit of artwork done, and you know, it's just something you can play about with.
I'm still doing a trunk.
Sophia's still working on the trunk of the tree. Sophia is quite the perfectionist, aren't you, sweetheart? She likes to get everything right, which is great. Sometimes it just takes a bit longer than normal. Shall I carry on? Shall I cover anything else while we're talking? Shall I cover these?
Yeah.
So what we did the other day is we actually put it on YouTube. Sophia and Lucas have got a YouTube channel called Me and Me Dad. We can put a link on the page. And we did shrink wrap charms. Now what I did is I actually ordered shrink wrap plastic from eBay. But what you can use apparently is, do you know if you get disposable, like Morrison's salad bar, the tubs that you get from there, like that disposable kind of plastic, you can actually use that. From what I understand, do please check on Google, but this is what we've read. You can use that kind of disposable plastic. And what you do is you get some, you know, marker pens. They need to be permanent, so we had some Sharpie markers, and you draw pictures. So what we actually did, I think I had them somewhere. What we actually did is we printed off some like fun cartoon pictures, placed the shrink wrap plastic over the top of them, and then the kids traced them and coloured them in. What you then do is you put them in the oven. I think it's about 180 you have it on, and it literally takes about 30 seconds, and you'll see it, and at first it looks like it's not working because the plastic will all shrink up and fold and bend, but then when it lays flat again, that's when you know it's done. So the ones that Sophia did, I'm hoping that you'll be able to see this if I put it behind the white paper. Oops, hang on. So she did a unicorn, and she did, what is this one called, Sophia?
Yes, anime.
Anime, which I think is really good, that one, little anime. And then she also did, oops, a fox, cute little fox. And that took us, that was a good kind of, you know, couple of hours. They took a lot of care, a lot of time to colour in these pictures, and they really enjoyed it. Oh, Sophia's tree's coming along lovely. It looks like a blossom tree, like a Japanese blossom tree. So the shrink wrap charms I think are a great idea. Once they've been in the oven, they come out hard. So if you've got like a drill or something, you could always drill it through and put it on a keychain for your bag. Or what we were saying is you could have some really, really funky earrings. Or you could make them into anything. You could put them a pendant on a necklace. But it's just a really fun idea of something to do artistically and you know, craft wise, to pass some time. So those are the shrink wrap charms. Right, should we show your finished product?
It's not finished.
Almost finished product?
Yes.
Yep. So
It's
Sophia,
not that
as you
good.
can see, Sophia's is way better than mine was. So hers is like a cherry blossom tree, like a Japanese cherry
I'm
blossom
going to be
tree.
doing some green on it as well, so that's why the trunk just ends. Yeah, it's because I'm going to fill that bit in with green, so it's like leaves.
Yeah. So as you can see, I think the cotton bud painting is a really good idea. It's really cheap and easy way to do some art, or something that you might not have tried before. So please, if you do try it, please post it on Busy Kids. You can also just use individual cotton buds as well if you wanted to add in, do some dot painting. You know, you can just do anything, do dot painting if you want. These are a really good way, especially if you don't have paintbrushes. So we did have an idea of some other things that we were going to do, but we're going to do this on a video, I think on Friday or Monday. So one of them that we've seen online is called shadow drawing. So you might have seen this. So especially now in Britain, the sun is shining for the most part. If you get a piece of paper outside and you put something like, if you've got any toy dinosaurs or any like plastic toys, you can put it at the side of the paper and it'll cast the shadow. If you get it in the right angle with the sun, it'll cast the shadow onto the paper, and then what you can do is draw around the shadow, and then you've done your own shadow drawing, and you can colour it in however you want. Something else that I've read about today that I wanted to share is if you've got Google Chrome, now I know this doesn't work on all devices, but it does work on most. If you've got Google Chrome, type in the name of an animal. So for instance, I did this morning, I did tiger. if it'll then bring up like a profile and information, and it should say on the first part on Google's response, it should say view in 3D. You press that button, and now I didn't get any further than this because of the kind of camera I've got, but what a lot of people have said, what happens is it brings up a 3D image that you can spin and look at, and then you can allow it to navigate to your camera, and then what it does is it puts a 3D version of the animal in your home, so it looks like it's walking around in your house. So people on there's a lockdown children's activity lockdown group, and people have gone crazy for this. So I know that it slowed it down a little bit, but it is really, really good, and it looks like you've got like a tiger or a penguin. People have done it with like zebras, and then you can take photos of it stood like virtually stood next to you. So that's a good one to try out with your children if you can. Oh wow, Sophia, can I show them? Look at that. There you go. And that's why she's the artist in the family, and that she teaches me art, and that I'm not doing this video. It's more, these were all her ideas. There you go. So please give us a like if you like it, because that is amazing. Right, so that's the art that we're going to do today. On the next video, she's also going to show you how to use a fork to create some really nice pictures. So we'll leave that one. We're not going to give any more information about that. The next thing I just wanted to talk to you about is schedules. So what I've been thinking about doing is doing on my YouTube channel, on Busy Kids YouTube channel, is doing some videos to help parents and carers who have got children at home come up with ideas. So it won't be like a lesson like it is these, where you sit your children in front of it. It'll be more for you to give you some hints and tips and ideas. Through Busy Kids, which is my company, we are linked with a lot of other organisations, so I get a lot of ideas on different activities, and I just want to share them to try and be as helpful as possible. So I thought what I'd do is share my schedule, what I've set out for the kids. So at the beginning of the week we weren't going to have a schedule, we were just going to kind of go with the flow. What I've realised is that I think that more than me, the children need the schedule, so they know when they can have devices, they know when it's time to grab something to eat, they know when they can go out and play on the garden. So we came up with a schedule. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this all. So this is our schedule. So I'll just read through it. Now, please, no negative comments. Each family is, each family have their own routine, have their own way of doing things. So I would just say, work it to how your family works. So ours, up to 9 o'clock is your own time, but what we do expect is that the children will get dressed, they'll brush their teeth, wash their faces, and get some breakfast. We're normally all up about 7 o'clock at the minute. About 7 o'clock at the minute. So up to 9 o'clock. We need to get them ready, but they can chill out, watch TV, do what they want. 9 till 9:30 we've been doing. Can I move this that way a little bit, sorry? Yeah. 9 till 9:30 we've been doing the Joe Wicks PE class, and that's been really good. So if you don't know Joe Wicks, I think most people do. He's got a channel on YouTube called The Body Coach, and he does a 30-minute workout for children. It's like a PE lesson every morning. You don't need any equipment, you can just do it in your lounge. And that's been really good, hasn't it, Sophia? We struggled a bit this morning, we were all a bit tired this morning, but we did what we can, and it got us moving, started for the day. And then what we do is we get an hour after the PE lesson. They get an hour of their own time. This little green star means that devices are allowed unless they've been removed as a punishment. So unless they've done something naughty and I've told them they're not allowed devices, for that hour they can do what they want. So quite often Sophia will go chat to her friends on FaceTime, Lucas might go out onto the trampoline, that kind of thing. I think he's on the Xbox at the minute. 10:30 till 11:30 we do this video, so we have half an hour prep, and then we do half an hour of the actual video, and this is educational for them. It gives them some activity to do. And then a bit more of just 30 minutes to get their own time again. If they want devices they can, but when it's been so beautiful out, they have been actually going out and playing with each other out in the garden. 12 till 1:30 we have lunchtime and family time, and there's a little blue star. Family time means that It can be like board games, a puzzle, movie time, but no personal devices. So it's something that we're all going to do together. So today we've decided that actually we need to break the week up a little bit. It's got a little bit like Groundhog Day. So we're going to go for a walk. We've got a field near our house. It's not a park. It's not a public, gathering place. So we're just going to go for a walk around there. That's what we're doing. And then after lunch, we do an hour and a half of assigned schoolwork. So I'm sure most of you, like our children, have got assigned work either through apps or take-home packs. So they sit there and they do assigned schoolwork. So Sophia was working on a project about Asia yesterday, and Lucas was he did some spellings, and then he did some maths. And then 3 till 4 is outdoors or craft time. So this means any kind of creative or energetic activity. This is just kind of to keep their imagination and their creativity flowing. So we might go back to this. That's probably when me and Sophia are going to redo the bubble painting and give that another try. But again, they could go outside. Lucas likes to play football. We've got a football night in the garden, so we might go out and play that. And then from 4 o'clock onwards, they would go out and do whatever they want to do. It's their own time again. That's because from 4 o'clock they would normally be home from school. I do tea around 5 o'clock. So that schedule won't suit everybody. I'm sure some parents think that I'm being too lenient with the device time. I run a business from home, and at the minute my husband's working from home. So we also need, when they're having their own time, that is our time to get our work done. Well, he's working all the time, but that's the time that I do to make orders up and get them posted out and answer customer queries and things. So far it's working for us, I think. No devices have been banned yet, which is a good thing. But we'll see how we go. We might have to alter it, we might have to change it, but for these two, I think it's working better that we have got a schedule. So that's all we're going to do today. We hope you like it. Let's have another look. She's added some other colours, which has added a little bit more texture to it. I think that looks fab. It's definitely better than mine. So we'll put them out to dry. And tomorrow's video, what day are we on today? Is it Thursday today?
I really don't know.
Wednesday.
I think it's Thursday.
Wednesday.
Lucas said it's Wednesday, I think it's Thursday. Anyway, tomorrow what I'm thinking of that is we'll do telling the time and we'll do some fractions. If you've got any ideas of things that you'd like to see, please post them in the comments, and we'll see you tomorrow. Alright, bye! You have to sit and smile now while I turn it off.